Okay, let's start. Today we will look at unit number 4, annuities, concepts, future value calculations. Let's click on it. And let's go down to this item here, finding future value of annuities. Of course, you're more than welcome to read these other parts, but we will start here. And here it says finding future value of annuities. The future value of annuities is the sum of the future values of all the payments. All right, let's go back and look at maybe a unit before that. The introduction to annuities. All right, so that was finding the future value. You will find it eventually. So that's the sum of the future values of all the payments, right? Evaluated at the end of the last payment interval. So annuities has, payment intervals. So you're making repetitive payments. All right, but of course you want to know what is an annuity. So this is what an annuity is. As you saw there, it's a series of equal payments at regular intervals. So you are familiar with these items, PY, CYN. PMT for compound interest, we were putting 0, but now it does have an amount. The future value is the accumulated value, and present value is the discounted value or present value of an annuity. All right, now let's skip over this. We won't be dealing with all of those types. And let's go maybe all the way down to the, in case you're wondering, yes, that is an error. Should have one G and two N's there. B-E-G-I-N-N-I-N-G. That's one of the cautions as spelled right here. Okay, that one is correct. That one is errant, or it has an error. Okay, so let's look at this chart here. So we have annuity. Let's maybe turn off so it doesn't keep repeating. Yes, some are made at the beginning of a payment period and the other one is at the end. So you have end and you have beginning, and there's ordinary annuity and there is annuity due. All right, now I don't think that will make too much sense to you. So let's have a look at this. Let's say we just say the word annuity rather than certain annuity. So you have an ordinary annuity, and you can have a simple and you can have a general. Now what is happening here? These ones over here, you see up here, you saw a payment at the end of each month. Okay, payment at the end of each month. Okay, so those ones are these around here. So you have an ordinary simple or simple ordinary, and that is where the compounding frequency is the same as the payment frequency. All right, it's a general or an ordinary general annuity if the compounding frequency is not the same as the payment frequency. That is like if you are compounding semi-annually and you're paying monthly. So they're not the same. Here they would be the same. If you're compounding semi-annually, you would also be paying semi-annually. But these payments are at the end of the payment period. All right. Now this annuity due is this category here where payments are made at the beginning of each payment interval. All right, or payment period, interval or period. Okay, so annuity due, so it's made at the beginning, and it's simple, of course, when CY and PY are the same, or the compounding frequency and the payment frequency are the same. It's general when the compounding frequency and the payment frequency are not the same. So this one is when payments are at the beginning of the payment period, and these ones are at the end. All right, that is maybe nice to know, but you would like to know things like the future value, present value, etc. Okay, so that is one example you can look at, but I will give you examples from the quizzes. Now, the first one, of course, is here. You have deposits at the end of each quarter into an account that's earning 6.1% compounded quarterly. So this is quiz 4, question 3. So payments are at the end of each quarter, so that would mean 4 times per year, PY. And CY, because it's compounded quarterly, will also be 4. Now this is at the end, so that is why this is a, or you can say an ordinary simple annuity or simple ordinary annuity. So maybe it would be to our benefit to maybe kind of make some kind of a summary. So let's say we do it this way, ordinary simple annuity. I know my wording is somewhat different, so I tend to like to use acronyms to make things easier. So this one, the payment, or you could say the PMT, is at the, yeah, it's at the end of the interval or end of the period. All right, end of the payment period, you can see. Let's say we put it as end of the payment period. All right, so that's the word that you have to look at. It's end. All right, those are some of the key terms that you have to look at. So that is end. And now you have, for that question right there, we had PY is equal to CY. So the payment is at the end of each quarter. So what we have is that PY was equal to 4 and the CY is also equal to 4. So that is an example of an ordinary simple annuity. Now we could also have an ordinary general annuity. Okay, or we could say OGA for short. So payment is still at the end of the payment period. So this is the same, all right? But we will see what happens after that. They will differ when you come down right here. So let's, this will become, oh, sorry, I should put up here that PY is equal to CY, it's equal to 4. All right, so that is those are the key factors in determining or in classifying the annuity. All right, so now this one is, let's go to, so this here, I got that was quiz 4, question 3. So let's put that up there and you can go and refer to it if you wish. Quiz 4, question, or I should just put my Q4 and question 3, and you will know which one it is. All right. Now this one here is, let's go over back in here. And this one we will have quiz 4, question 4. So the deposits are at the end of every 6 months. So that means it's twice per year. And the compounding, it's compounded quarterly. Okay, so CY is 4 and the deposits are at the end of every 6 months. Okay, so end and the CY is equal to 4. Okay, there we are. So PY is 2 and CY is 4. So PY is equal to 2 and CY is equal to 4. So what do we have? Well, we have that PY is not equal to, I think it's easier to get this out of here, is not equal to CY. Okay, correct, because PY is 2 and the CY is 4, right? So they're not equal. So they are not equal. So that is why we have, that is the example of an ordinary general. That's why it's general. Okay, this one up here was simple. Okay, simple, it means that these two are equal. General means that they are not equal or unequal. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so an example of this is quiz 4, question number 4. So you can have some records. So if you go to quiz 4 and you go to question 4, sorry, I put it in the wrong place. So I will take it out of there and then I will insert it right in here. And we delete that and there we are. Okay, so those are the ones for the ordinary simple, ordinary general. Now the other two are the annuity due. Now an example of an annuity due is let's go to the next one, and that is quiz 5, question 4. All right, 3 years ago, Vincente began depositing $400 at the beginning of every 3 months. All right, into his account. So begin at the beginning of every 3 months, so it's 4 times per year. PY would be 4. The interest rate is compounded quarterly, so CY is also 4. Okay, so quiz 5, question 4. Let's go in there and put quiz 5, question 4. So what we have there is what? It would be, I would put it like this, simple annuity due, or annuity simple due, whichever way you like to say it. I think if you go into here, it'll say simple ordinary due. Okay, or general ordinary due. So it's just a matter of how you decide to describe it. Okay, but so this is a simple annuity due, or we could say it's an SAD. Nothing about being sad, but so the payment is at the beginning. So here we can copy this and we can put it in here. And I will say, instead of END, I'll use BGN. You will see why when we start to use the calculator. Okay, that there is a beginning and an end mode. All right, so it's at the beginning of the period. And in this case, we have what? We had what was the item there? PY was 4 and CY is equal to 4. Okay, so this is for this question right here. Maybe it might not be such a bad idea to copy the question because you might not find it, or you might get different numbers, so it might become a problem for you. Okay, so let's put that in there and let's say we do that, and then we have the beginning there, and then we have the quarterly. So for this one, we have that the PY is equal to 4 and CY is also equal to 4. Okay, so there we are. So PY is equal to CY in this case. So let's go over here and we can put PY is equal to CY is equal to 4. So there we have it. All right, so we have begin and we have PY and CY are the same. All right, so there's one other type, and that we will go to another example. I'll go back to those ones and get the actual question. So this one is quiz 6, question 3. So let's copy this and let us paste it in here. Okay, quiz 6, question 3, and there we are. And now we can do what we need to do. All right, we'll just switch this font to the Verdana. And there we are. So what is happening in this one? Well, we have payment where payment is at the beginning of the payment period. So let's copy this maybe to make things a little bit easier and more efficient. And so it's the beginning, but the beginning of each month. So because of that, PY will now be 12, correct? Yes. And the compounding is semi-annually. So this number here will be 2. So what do we have here? Well, we have that PY is, yes, is not equal to CY. So let us insert that in there. PY is not equal to CY. Okay, so that's where we have there. So that constitutes an, what kind of annuity? Well, this would be a general annuity due or annuity general due. All right, so this would be a general annuity due. Okay, or you could say GAD for short, and there we are. Okay, so those are the 4 types, and those are 4 examples showing how it happens. All right, so there we can go back here and we can highlight beginning, and of course every 3 months. So that is the one for the PY, and then this here is the CY. All right, so there we are. That is CY there. And of course here you have beginning. All right, also, so there we are. Okay, so beginning, and then of each month. So that gives us the value for PY being equal to 12, as you see it there. So maybe if we just push this over to the next page, it'll become clearer. And the rate, the compounding is semi-annually. All right, so there we are. Okay, so CY is 2, PY is 12. And then here, up here, the PY and CY are both 4. Okay, I will now go back to these questions right here. So quiz 4, question 3 would be this one right here. We're not really interested in how much is in the account right now anyway. In 35 years, we're interested in the classification of the question. Okay, so if we paste that in there, then we are more than supplied with enough information. So end, these will become clearer as time goes on, end of each quarter. So this here, end of each quarter, remember it's end, and then it's each quarter, and then this one is compounded quarterly. Okay, so PY is 4, CY is 4, and now you have an ordinary simple annuity. So quiz 4, question 4, let's go over there and get that one also. And you will see the exact question. And let us paste it in here. So there you go, there we are, and there is the paste. And there we are, the end. You see the word end comes up. That is the word that indicates to us about what kind of annuity. All right, those are ordinary ones, ordinary simple, ordinary general. Down here it's general because it's every 6 months. This PY would be 2, and the CY right here will be 4. Okay, so I think we have them all. Those are the 4 kinds that can occur, or that we are concerned with anyway. So maybe I'll put the 2 on one page and then put the 2 on the other page. And I can also load this up into the document section that you have up here. If you look up, let's go back up and get to the course content there. So there it is. That is a question that you will see very shortly. All right, so that is what we need to get started. Now we can have a look at the quiz itself. So this is quiz 4, question 1. So Jade will make deposits at the end of every month into an account earning 1.83 compounded quarterly for the next 10 years. What type of annuity is Jade using? So let's copy this and let us paste it in here. All right, so what kind of annuity? Okay, so we have, okay, maybe we can bring this one back up, get rid of that page break there, and there we have. Okay, those are the 4 types. So let's go down now and go to the next page, and we can enter this. So this is quiz question 1. All right, so we paste it in there, and then we can decide what is happening. So we have end, that is important. So that is a word that we should take note of. And every month, so deposits end of every month, okay? So these are deposits, so there's the word deposits, end of every month, and the compounding is quarterly. So what do we have out of all of this? Well, we have the word end. So let's just type in end. All right. And then we are interested in what? Well, we're interested in PY. PY is equal to what? Every month, so it's 12. And CY is equal to 4. So what do we have? Well, PY is not equal to CY, and it's at the end. So if we go back, PY is not equal to CY. So these two are the end, correct? Yes. And sorry, I think yeah, okay, there it is. Yes, ordinary general annuity. Okay, so it's at the end and it's not equal, so then it must be an ordinary general annuity. Okay, so if we were to go back here, we would classify this as an ordinary, okay, ordinary general annuity. Okay, it's ordinary because it's at the end. All right, end is ordinary, and then PY not equal to CY. That is what makes it general. Okay, general is because PY is not equal to CY. Okay, so the answer would be, it should be an ordinary general annuity. There it is. We selected it, we submit it, and it is correct. 1 out of 1. We have the green box with the check mark. All right, so let's go to question number 2. Okay, Ryan will make deposits of $1,280 at the beginning of every year into account, earning 4.14% compounding yearly for the next 16 years. What type of annuity is Ryan using? All right, so let's copy it and let us paste it in here. Okay, so there we are. We come down, and this is quiz 4, question 2, and we will paste it in there. All right, so the deposits are at the beginning. So beginning is a keyword, yes, and it's every year. So deposits every year, so that is annually, meaning PY is equal to 1, and it's compounded yearly, meaning that CY is also equal to 1. Correct? Yes. So it's deposits. Let's put that there. So this here gives us the beginning. So we have the beginning BGN, and we have the PY value is equal to, is equal to, so it's every year, so it's 1, and the CY is also, it's compounded yearly, so CY is also equal to 1. So we have an annuity that's what? Well, it's begin, and the PY and CY are equal, so PY is equal to CY, it is equal to 1. And so that would be what kind of annuity? Well, let's go back. So these are the ones, these annuities are the ones that are the, where payments are at the beginning. So this seems to be the one. PY is equal to CY, and it's at the beginning, so it's a simple, so this should be a simple annuity due. All right, so this one here should be a simple annuity due. And I think that will be the correct choice. So it's a simple annuity due. And there we are, we submit it, and it is correct. All right, so that is how classifications of annuities go. I wanted to go to one question of actually doing a question with an annuity. All right, and this is the kind of question you will get, but I had one already made up, so, or already copied, and I'll go through that one so you can see everything that is happening. All right, so let's go. Let's have the calculator. Maybe we can clear it. So you deposit $430 at the end of every quarter. So $430, now there it is, and we'll make it negative because it's a deposit. The money is leaving our hands, okay? So this is end, all right? That's important. Okay, it's end, all right? So we should take note of that. End of each quarter, so that means PY is 4. And the interest is compounded quarterly. So that is why CY is 4. All right. Now these are the values that will eventually show up on the calculator. But these are the keystrokes that will get us the right results. Okay, so it says to go second IY. So I go second IY. Then I click on 4 right at the bottom here. I click on enter, and then that displays what you see here. I go down, as this says, I click on 4 again. I click on enter, all right? And then I see this display, which is right over there. So I can get out of there by just clicking clear once. Now the 4 doesn't bother us at all. Why? Because when we make the next entry, second, this the 20 years, that's right up here. That's what we're using. Sorry, this 20 years right here. We're getting N. So it says to put in 20, then goes second N. We see it multiplied, so it's 80 is right there. And then we must click on N once more, and then we get N is equal to 80. All right, now for the interest is 3.3% up here. That's where we're getting these numbers from. So 3.3, and then we click on IY. That's what this is saying to do. We click on IY. Okay. Now the present value, we started with nothing. Remember, you started with nothing, and then you start to deposit into the account. Okay, so 0 goes in for the present value. And then 430, because we are paying this money out, we make it negative by hitting on plus minus. And then we click on payment, and then we see this display. And then now we'll compute the future value. We compute the future value, and there we are. That will be the answer. And you see the answer up here is $48,449.83. Okay, so that would be for this question, which would be a similar question to the one right here. If we do this question, it's the same thing we'll be doing. We're just entering different numbers because this number is now 320. All right, there are other parts to the question though. It's not quite done. How much will be the amount of money deposited into the account? All right, so let's go down further. And how much money is deposited into the account after 20 years for this question anyway? So how much is deposited into the account for 20 years? So you have to take the amount that's being deposited, how much is deposited each year, how many times, that's 4 times, okay? Or we could just multiply by, to make it easier, just multiply by this value for n. So that is the total number of payments that are made. This is the amount of each payment. So if we take those two numbers and we multiply them, notice we just use a positive value for the payment, multiply by 80, we'll get this number 34,400. And we can show that on the calculator by going 430 times 80. All right, so 34,400, that is PMT times N. How much total interest will be earned? Well, is the future value minus the total deposited. So the future value here is $48,449.83. And then we subtract the amount deposited is right here, this 34,400, and that gives us 14,049.83. And that will be the end of the lesson.